Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Sorvent's non-meta tournament number 5, round number 1. So, up at the top we have a new player who is Fugamon123, or I believe in the Discord he goes by King of Music, and he is on Crusadia. And down at the bottom we have a returning player, Ipone, who I believe won the second tournament, or maybe it was the third. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head right now, but he's playing trains this time around, so let's give it a go. Let's see what happens. So it looks like Ipone's going to be winning the die roll, probably opting to go first, which is interesting since both of these lists do like to go second because obviously Crusadia likes to just OTK going second and Trains just likes to OTK going second. So we'll see what happens here. Fugamon's going to start off. He's going to actually make a board, so we'll see a Leonidas hit the field, a Leonis rather, and then a Magius hit the field, as well as a Draco to add back the Leonis, and then he can go ahead and search as well with Magius into a copy of Aboria. So he lost like no advantage here, so I guess that makes sense. I mean, you might as well put like a body on the field at least, but we'll see what happens. A copy of Regulix also hits the field. Then Aboria is going to hit the field as well, searching for a copy of Crusadia Power to make it unaffected by card effects. So it's pretty good. Crusadia Equimax also hits the field. So I believe he will be having a negate on the opponent's turn, which is like not bad. It's at least decent. And he's just going to set the Crusadia Power and pass his turn. So it's unaffected by card effects, but that doesn't really matter when you could just attack over it. So we'll see what happens. Copy of Urgent Schedule is going to be hitting the field. It's going to special summon one from the deck in defense mode, and that's going to be negated by the Crusadia Equimax. That makes sense. I mean, you might as well. It's a free special. It's pretty good. Revolving Switch Art is going to hit the field and discard his cost to search for a level 10 Earth Machine, which is heavy freight train Derek Rain. Then he's going to normal summon his copy of Infinitrack Harvester, which will add an Infinitrack from the deck to the hand, being Tunneler. He's going to tribute a special Tunneler here, and then Tunneler should be able to special summon another level 5 from the deck. And then he can go ahead and link or tribute it for another copy of Tunneler. I guess it was Brutal Dozer that summoned the first time, but Tunneler is going to be summoned the second time, or for the second summon rather, second level 5. And then River Stormer is going to hit the field, and it's going to add an Earth Machine from deck to hand. So he's going to grab Super Express Bullet Train. Then he's going to go ahead and link off into a copy of Infinitrack Goliath. And then he should be able to go ahead and special summon the Express Bullet Train, since all the monsters he control are Earth Machines. And he can special summon the Derek Rain out of his hand as well, since an Earth Machine is special summoned to his field. Then he can overlay those two into a copy of Gustav Max, and it looks like he's just going to use the effect of Goliath, or maybe it's River Stormer, I don't remember exactly. It's River Stormer to special summon it back in defense mode, and Goliath can go under it as material, I believe. Then he's actually gonna put under the Gustav Max, which is actually pretty good. Inflicting 2,000 points of damage here. Then Crusadia Power is going to be flipped here to make his Crusadia unaffected by card effects this turn. We'll see. So Lieb is going to hit the field, and unfortunately Lieb can attack, I believe, 3 times. It only attacks on monsters though, but that's still pretty solid. So it's going to gain 2,000 attack and defense, and for the rest of the turn it can only attack with this card, I guess. So we'll see here. It's going to be at 4,000, it should be, or 6,000, and he can attack 3 times, I guess, but only on monsters, so it's only going to deal a couple bits of damage here. So Aboria is actually going to protect, which is really weird. I don't know why he would want to do that, because, okay, if you read Lieb, you can detach material, it gains 2,000 attack and defense, and then you can only declare an attack with this card. And during each battle phase, it can make attacks on monsters specifically, up to the number of exceeds materials it has +1. So right now it has 2 materials, so it can attack 3 times, but it can only attack on monsters. So if he clears over the Equimax, he can attack directly. So I don't think there was any reason for this Arborea to protect, because on the following turn he should just be able to like special Dogeron over here, and then maybe do like Crusadia plays, depending on the next extender he draws. His hand seems a little unfortunate, but if he happens to draw another extender, he should be able to just combo into another copy of Equimax and just attack over like the Lieb, or maybe even somehow get piercing with Leonidas possibly. So like I don't think that he should have done that, but looks like it's just going to be game here. So I don't know. I think that was a pretty big like oversight on King of Music's part up at the top, but I don't know. it could have possibly ended the same way, just depending on his next draw. So he's going to just go ahead and set 2 cards, being the Urgent Schedule and the Solemn Judgment, and he's going to pass his turn, which, I mean, is pretty respectable. There's not really a whole lot you want to do first turn. In trains, you typically just want to save your cards, especially because he has the Gamma in hand. I don't think there's any reason for him to commit anything to the board. So Leonidas is going to... I keep saying Leonidas. It's Leonis is going to be normal summoned into the field, and it's going to be linked off for a copy of Magius. Draco's going to hit the field, and Draco and Magius are both going to be getting resources back to hand. So obviously, Draco's going to add back the Leonis, and the Magius is going to be adding a Reclusia from deck to hand. He's going to be linking off into a copy of Regulix. Then he's going to special summon Reclusia, which should be able to trigger the effect. That's going to get hit with a Gamma here. It's pretty good, especially because it's a link too. Or maybe he is... he might have like chained the effects or something, targeting a back row. I do want to check the log and see if he did like target a back row. Yeah, he pointed at Solemn Judgment, so I think that the chain links are probably Regulix 1, Reclusia 2 targeting the Judgment, so I think that's a respectable play for him to use the Gamma there. It's going to be pretty rough putting these in defense mode, because if he has the Leonis, it can do a piercing, which he normal summons, so he can still use the special summon effect and get the piercing effect. So I'm not sure if putting these in defense mode honestly is the right idea. It's kind of hard to determine, but I think he can definitely just special over it. So he's going to attribute the Gamma and put it under the Regulix's zone. So I guess it doesn't really matter either way, but he still probably should be able to attack into this driver and deer piercing. So we'll just see. We'll see how this goes. So World Crown is going to be special summoned to the zone it points to, and then he's going to link it off into a copy of Equimax, and that's going to get hit with a Solemn Judgment. That's completely respectable. I mean, it's the card you want to hit with a Solemn Judgment, honestly. So he's going to pass his turn at that. Driver gets banished in the end phase, and moving into the battle phase, he's just going to attack with Dogoran. So I'm not too familiar with machines, but I don't think this hand does anything, because I think that Citadel needs a machine on the field, and then this one obviously specials it if you control Earth machines, which he controls a Dino Fire, so that's probably not going to work. Maximus is going to be summoned to the field. He's going to link it off into a copy of Magius, and then special summon Draco. Just like last turn, he should be able to add back the Maximus to hand, and add from deck to hand as well, adding Reclusia, so getting a lot of resources here. And yeah, Magius is going to be using... Oh, no. Sorry, he just probably misclicked there on the declare button. Regulix is going to be special summoned. Then he's going to special summon a Reclusia. Use both effects again. And might as well, you know, hit the infinite impermanence on the Regulix. But I don't think it matters because, yeah, revival and power. So he's just going to make it unaffected and then, like, grab another one, basically. Oh, what's this? Crusadia Testament. Okay, I have not seen this card before. So... your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to Crusadia monster effects. That's pretty insane. And if it destroys a opponent's monster by battle, you draw cards equal to your monster's link rating. Whoa, okay, that's pretty cool actually. Maximus is going to be special summoned to Equimax's zone as well as Leonis, and he's going to be activating Crusadia Revival. He should be able to get like piercing and the double damage and, you know, attack everything, and it should be game, obviously, since opponent had 4,000 life points due to the Judgment. I don't think there was anything he could have done that could have been different. I think he just kind of happened to draw his side cards, but they just weren't enough, so that's unfortunate. Black Garden is going to be activated here, and Crusadia Draco is going to be normal summon, giving him a token, so I think he's just going to fill his opponent's field with tokens, which is pretty interesting. Exceed is going to be used here, as well as Magius to get a special from deck, and another token hits the field. And keep in mind, all these monsters are half attack, so that could be possible to come up here. He's going to go ahead and summon a Borea, then link it off into a copy of Regulix. So unfortunately, he doesn't really have... did he have the Draco prior? I think he had to normal the Draco to get into Magius. So I don't think so, actually. But that's a little unfortunate. He probably should have saved the Regulix, or like summoning the Dweller until after the fact. I don't know if you could. I don't know if it's possible, actually, because the Parallel Exceed has to summon to his own a link monster points too, so I don't think there was an effective way for him to get it on the field. Like, if this Arborea was a level 4 monster, it would be really nice, since you could just use your Regulix, I'm actually not sure why he goes for Dweller. He should probably be playing Dragster, but I don't think he does. But that's besides the point. You just can't summon the Xyz monster. I was thinking he could summon the Xyz monster under the link arrow so he could get a search just for free, but I don't think that that's possible. Given the hand he had, if the Arborea was a level 4, I think he could have done it. But by linking off, the Xyz plus the Magius into Regulex, I think that could have worked. But I think he should definitely be playing Dragster because he could have just linked the Xyz, like I said, off into Regulex, special summon the Arborea, and then synchro the Xyz plus the Arborea into a Dragster. I think that's more effective than putting Dweller on the field. I don't think Dweller does nearly anything against trains, but we'll see. But he does have a like completely full field, so we'll see how this works. So Dweller is going to be using its effect probably in the standby phase. Switch Art is going to be used here, discarding the Gamma. It's completely useless. There's no reason because he has a full field of tokens. And he can go ahead and tribute. Okay, so he's just going to tribute summon into a copy of Express Bullet Train. And this should be giving Black Garden should be giving him tokens here. So I'm not sure if they missed that or if I'm missing something. It looks like your opponent monsters can only target Link monsters for attacks, which is pretty interesting. While you control Crusadia Link at least, so they have to attack this first, which seems like not that good. But yeah, so he's gonna get the tokens. Maybe it's only on special summon. No, it is normal or special summon. So he should have 2 tokens right here due to the Derrick Crane and the Bullet Train. So. And then it looks like he's going to be tributing for Vanguard, I think. To special summon Leonis. I'm not sure exactly. And he does have the 2 tokens here, so they did correct it. So the Dweller's at 850 attack, and this is at 1500, so I think that's going to be 650. Damage is a little weird, but yeah, that's definitely what it should be. And I'm not sure, but the Dweller should be... I think something is... I don't know what's happening here. Maybe just a misclick or something. Or maybe they realize they can't attack. Can this not attack or something? Cannot declare an attack unless you send 2 other cards you control to the graveyard. So you do have to send... You can't send the tokens to graveyards since tokens will never hit the graveyard. So it's like a cost, I believe. So like a maintenance cost. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm pretty sure it's a cost or something to declare an attack, which is kind of weird. Weirdly worded, but... Skyplace Gangardia. I don't know how to pronounce these cards. These cards are crazy. But detach material and then target a card your opponent controls and pop it and then inflict 1,000 damage to him. So he's probably just going to, kill Leonis. Pretty smart play, actually, because then he can't access any of his Crusadia plays. But he's just going to use the Arborea to protect. And he won't take the damage, obviously, since it's an and if you do effect. So he won't take the damage. Draw for turn, he draws into a Crusadia Draco, and now he should be able just to link these tokens off. Actually, I do believe they have to be effect monsters, actually. So he does have to like link them off into Link Spiders, if possible. Or maybe like Ibduck. Nightmare Phoenix, not a bad play. He's just going to go ahead and pop this back row, I believe, and draw a card. Crusadia Maximus is going to be searched off of the Magius. And then he's going to... it looks like, does Urgent Schedule have a effect? If this card's sent to grave, you add a level 10. Okay, interesting. So it's a pretty cool recovery there. Regulex is going to be summoned here. Draco is going to be adding back the Leonis and the Revival from deck to hand. I should be able to replace it, and honestly, I think this might be game because he can just attack all of the tokens. So especially because there's no restriction on the Equimax right now. The Black Garden left the field, so there's no like attack restriction on these. So these are all just 800 attack tokens. This is 1700. He can attack everything. It does double damage. I think it's well over enough damage for game, since I think this is 800, 2000. So that's 2000, 36, 41 plus the 2000. So 6100, and he's attacking into these tokens, which are 800, dealing double damage. So it's 53 times 2 times 3. So yeah, that's a lot of damage. I don't think there's any way that iPhone could have come out of that. I don't know, maybe there's like an argument for him to play extra deck cards that like can, make like a Borreload off of just tokens. But I don't know. With all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for round 2. Unfortunately, from now on, I'm only going to be doing one feature match per round, just because the VIP qualifiers took up, a couple of those slots. So just one match per round. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for round number 2.